Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Yang Ji-yeon. I'm the Technical Officer for Aging and Health at the WHO Regional Office for Europe. Today we're diving deep into the world of age-friendly cities and communities and the pivotal role of having a national program to support age-friendly environment. Here at the WHO studio, we have two distinguished guests with us, Ms. Anne Berit Rafoss, who's the project manager for Center for Age-friendly Norway, who spearheaded the national program for Norway, and Ms. Emma Mattson, who is the development manager for Age-friendly Gothenburg in Sweden, who is in the process of establishing a national program in Sweden. So thank you both very much for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you.
So to kick us off, Anne Berit, when we talk about age-friendly environment, can you break it down for us? What exactly is age-friendly environment or age-friendly cities and communities, and who does it actually benefit?
I think it's about creating inclusive and welcoming and accessible spaces that benefit older people, because we are an aging population and there will be more and more older people, but actually benefits all ages. Accessibility, inclusion, benefits all ages.
And so why is it important to have a national program?
Well, it's important because we need to inspire each other. We need to learn from each other, and we need to not be reinventing the wheel, each and every one of us. So I think being a national network also helps us create a sense of community, a common language. We can then share more examples, and in the process we all get better at this.
Yes, it's bringing the cities together to share experiences, and that's the key to creating a unity, isn't it? So Emma, to you, from your perspective, what is it so important to have a national program in Sweden?
Well, I think that Sweden, like many other countries, has several reasons for implementing a national program on age-friendly cities and communities. And first of all, it's about improving the quality of life for its aging population. And with this aging population, to create the best conditions for age-friendly environments and for people to be able to maintain their health and life quality and to be able to participate, be active and contribute to society, that is crucial. And it's also, it's not only a moral issue, but it's also economically and socially sustainable, as it also can lead to reduced costs for example, elderly care and health care and home care and things like that. So we actually in Gothenburg, we see the need for us now to raise these issues, and we see the need for us also in Sweden to kind of level up as a country here and use our joint strength to be able to make the best conditions in this.
I like that, a joint strength. So what are some of the steps that you're taking to initiate these conversations to set up this national program?
We are actually only starting to raise the need for a national program also in Sweden. But we had the privilege in May this year to arrange a seminar in the Swedish Parliament on the theme Age-friendly Sweden. And together with us, we had the University of Gothenburg, and we had so many important and exciting actors like the Swedish Association of Municipalities and Regions, and we had the National Board on Health and Welfare, and we had the National Board on Housing, for example, with us. Anne Berit and Age-friendly Norway joined us, and also Age-friendly Uppsala. So we had since then had the opportunity to have an ongoing dialogue with the members of the parliament and the stakeholders that participated in this event about what a way forward could look like for us in Sweden. So we are only now starting to make up and start an unofficial so far collaboration space at the Swedish Association of Municipalities and Regions. So that is a good start, and there seems to be a wish for us to come back to the Swedish Parliament and talk about these issues together once more. And now we would really like to see the Swedish Association of Municipalities and Regions to arrange a national conference on this theme, so that we could meet all of the municipalities and regions in Sweden and have a dialogue about the need for it and how a way forward for Sweden could look like in this. So it's to be continued, really.
Yes, so exciting to hear, and having this national dialogue of bringing different stakeholders and different partners, different countries' experience is really, really great, which reinforces the importance of international collaborations. So Anne Berit, could you take us back in time when you are establishing this national program in Norway? What are some of the challenges and hurdles that you went through, and what are some of the lessons learned that you might want to share with Emma and to our viewers?
Well, I actually think you're off to a great start by doing that sort of stakeholder meeting, getting all these different partners together, discussing what can we do and how can we do it in Sweden. I actually think that's a very good start. In Norway, the national programme started as part of a national reform. So it's a government mandate, and a Centre for an Age-friendly Norway has been established, and an Age-friendly Norway programme. So our setup is very much government structured, which is a good way of doing it, but not the only way. I think inviting several different partners like yourselves is also a very good way of going about it. We have different stakeholders on our age-friendly board, so that's how we sort of secure the different stakeholder engagement. But I think the main challenge centres around the narrative of aging, because very often when we talk about older people or aging, we're straight into health and social care and nursing homes. So I think that has been and will continue to be one of the main challenges also in Norway, working on this agenda and in a national network. How do we shift the narrative and the discussion and the work that this concerns all of us? This concerns all the different sectors. They all have a buy-in. We all need to come together to work on this, because it will influence the way we build and plan our societies in the future. It will influence transport, housing, outdoor areas, everything that we do. So I think it's just so important to change the narrative that this is a societal change and opportunity.
Exactly, it is an opportunity change, a narrative we need to change together with age-friendly environment. Can you share, because earlier you mentioned about it's beyond health and social sectors, can you share from your national network a concrete examples about how you work with different sectors and how you benefit the older persons and the communities that came out of the network?
Absolutely. So one of the areas that we've focused on for quite some time now is outdoor areas and meeting spaces. So we've actually launched a call asking different municipalities and cities, have you planned or have you actually put in place an outdoor space or a meeting place where you've involved older people and where you've used universal design as a guiding principle? We got a lot of different submissions. We created a webinar series of 3. And we also published a handbook on different practices. And this was to do with anything from mapping, planning, financing, and actually putting in place age-friendly practices outside. Could be benches, could be hiking trips, could be lighting, could be public toilets, could be different activities, activity parks with different apparatus. So that's a very sort of physical, concrete project. A lot of cities and communities have also put in place more flexible transport solutions, so that people can get to different activities, can get to shopping or whatever they need to be doing. Housing, of course, takes a bit more time, but we see that some new housing models are coming up where you share more public spaces, indoor and outdoor, with the community at large, but also the different inhabitants, sort of collectives or more people live together in different housing complexes, if you like, and then just more activities through co-production as well, that you invite older people to co-production activities and they get to express, we'd like social meeting places or cultural or physical, and then communities put these in place. These are some of the examples.
So having a national program allows you to have access to more stakeholders and bring everybody together, a bigger buy-in, so to speak.
Absolutely, and the power of example. Oh, and also competition. Let's not forget that. If the neighboring city did this,
healthy competition, isn't it?
Healthy competition, for sure.
Yes. How about you, Emma? What are some of the key considerations that you're thinking right now, and maybe lessons learned from what Anne Berit just mentioned? What are you thinking in terms of the next step?
Well, I quite often get contacted by other smaller municipalities that wants to become members of this global network and that needs help also moving forward. So I can really see that if we had this also national age-friendly hub and platform, that could be a great way of, like you say, Anne Berit, to harness success stories, offer support to each other in different way, running joint campaigns and bigger sustainable collaborations over time, and for learning together, moving forward as a country and as a society, as it also brings generations and peoples together and really also strengthen, I think, the social connection in society. So yeah.
Absolutely, and this is also our role as WHO to create this network where people can exchange, countries can exchange, cities can exchange, and we have, of course, a global database of age-friendly practices where we can, just like Google, you can search, what is the city doing? What is the city doing on social isolations? And that's a great way, and we hope that this will continue as we develop together with you in creating age-friendly environment. Is there any takeaway message that you would like to share with each other, with our audience? To you first, yes. Emma?
Well, I think that first of all, we need to be aware that it takes a lot to change established ways of thinking and working around aging. And questions about aging and older people tends to be reduced often to be mostly about elderly care and healthcare. But there is so much more to it and so many other factors that are important for us to be able to maintain our health and quality of life. But perhaps most of all, I would like to highlight the importance of having an ongoing dialogue and involvement together with the politicians, together with the different stakeholders, and of course together with citizens, older citizens, but also citizens of all generations really, and to work on concrete activities together. But perhaps the most important thing in that is to be open-minded for the learning that takes place in the process of working together. So stay curious, keep an open mind, and try to keep also a beginner's mind and to walk in each other's shoes so you can grasp the opportunities that will showcase along the way. And also remember that you don't have to have everything in place in order to get started, but just do it. And when you get stuck, also remember that no one can do this alone, but there are so many people out there that are willing to support your work. So that is a message from me.
Many, many great message. Change the narrative, work together, be open-minded, and always learning from one another.
Yeah.
Anne Berit?
How can I follow that? That's almost impossible. You covered so many different
We can have a competition. Can you up one up?
I agree with everything, obviously, and just reinforcing that engagement of older people, because I think there are so many different ways of doing it, and we need to be doing it continually along the process, not just at the beginning saying, okay, check, we've done that, we know what they feel, what they want. No, it needs to be part of the whole continuum. And then I think it's also important to make the economic argument, because often I think that's where we get the politicians and the other sectors for their buy-in. If we do this, if we try and create more inclusive and accessible environments or housing or transport, we can defer, postpone and reduce the need for health and care services, institutional places, and it will help with the overall budgets. And we will need that in the time to come.
Certainly, and we have lots of case studies to show that actually it works. It actually delays the use of the health and care services by actually promoting health and healthy aging over the life course. So thank you so much for joining us today and really sharing your insights. And to our audience and viewers, thank you so much for joining. To learn more about WHO work on age-friendly cities and communities, as well as what work is being done in other countries, please visit our website. So until then, stay healthy and age well.